Alright guys, we're live. I'm going to be bringing you episode 4 of the QuickBooks Online certification that I am studying for. So here we're going to be learning together about QuickBooks Online. I am learning about it and you're learning about it. I'm fairly new to it. I've had limited experience with this, and I'm pursuing this QuickBooks Online certification in an effort to learn about QuickBooks Online and to eventually start up my own bookkeeping business. So let's get started. I'm already here on the QuickBooks Online dashboard. So, accountant dashboard. I'm going to enter in through ProAdvisor here. Training. That's right, Debbie. But it's a class for both of us. You're just like here with me while I'm taking the class. So, client onboarding. We've already completed the QuickBooks solutions for clients. We will move to the next part of this client onboarding. And I also want to make sure that my Excel is open so that I can take any notes that I feel is relevant. So I'll move this to the side for now. Let me see if somewhere I could grab onto it. Push it aside over here. Okay, perfect. Optional features. What's optional features over here? Okay, whatever. Let's close that out. And we're going to start with the chart of accounts. I wonder... Hey, Debbie, can you check to see if you're able to add tags to the stream or not? When you get the chance. Alright, I'm going to continue moving on. Chart of accounts. So let's start. Okay. Chart of accounts. The story so far. It's time to do some more onboarding work with your new client, Chris Greer, Master Electrician. His new client checklist has led you to think that some changes may need to be made to his default chart of accounts, COA, setup. The chart of accounts is the heart of any QuickBooks Online file, and getting things right here when onboarding a client can save a lot of time later. So do I have a chart of accounts section? Let's find out. Let's see. I do not. Let's type it in. Chart of accounts. In my notes. Which is right here. Chart of accounts. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, the chart of accounts is at the heart. Okay, we already read that part. It's very easy for a chart of accounts to get out of control as clients add unnecessary accounts or get confused by a default account that they don't need. Before this happens, it's a great idea to make sure their chart of accounts is efficient and effective for their needs with some appropriate edits. How can QuickBooks Online help? When you first sign up for a new QuickBooks Online account, your answers to the startup interview questions will help QuickBooks Online choose a default chart of accounts. You can add value to your client by customizing their chart of accounts to match their specific business needs. Some clients will benefit from a simplified account list, while others will need a more complex list, perhaps with sub-accounts. The important thing is to make sure each client's chart of accounts reflects the proper reporting for the business they are in. There are several ways to edit chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online. You can change account names, add numbering, add and merge accounts, and make accounts inactive. Let's look at why you might need to customize accounts before taking on the job of getting Chris's chart of accounts just right. Learning outcomes. In this lesson, you'll learn how to recognize why and how to change the chart of accounts. Recognize how to turn on the account numbers and settings and assign them in the chart of accounts. Okay, So it looks like we're going to be learning about the chart of accounts more more in this lesson. So let's get started. Continue on with the lesson. Why clients might need a customized chart of accounts. Setting up client chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online correctly means paying attention to the needs of the business and their business profiles. For instance, the accounts for real estate development, construction, retail, and fix and flip property developers have different accounting and reporting needs. They also have different accounting workflows. They record transactions differently or use different transactions altogether. This needs to be reflected in the way their chart of accounts is set up. The aim is to make sure that the transactions and other data are posted to the appropriate accounts so that essential data is accurate and complete, providing insight into balances such as taxes and cash flow. Useful information reports can be run to inform important decision making, such as which jobs are most profitable and which employees are best value. Okay, so let me read that again. The aim is to make sure that transactions and other data are posted to the appropriate accounts, and with the purpose of essential data is accurate and complete, and useful information to run to. Hey, Pay to Drive, how's it going? I'm just like studying some QuickBooks Online certification, and I thought I would go ahead and share my studying with the world out there. Maybe some others can like gain some benefit of going through this program with me. So, as well as adding accounts, edits to default chart of accounts can include editing the names of default accounts, adding account numbers, merging duplicate accounts, making all right, so making unused or redundant accounts inactive. You can't actually delete an account. Making unused or redundant accounts inactive. Okay, that's interesting that you can't actually delete an account here. It's outside of your control. ProAdvisor tip. You can also view examples and import sample chart of accounts using an industry-specific Excel template. Find out how to do it here. Oh, that's cool. And here probably would be instructions how to do it. How to import chart of accounts templates. If you did not select standard pre-created chart of accounts when you created your QuickBooks Online company, you can import a CSV, separated value template. If you did not select the standard pre-created chart of accounts, okay. The available templates are organized by industry type. You can review the list to determine the template to select your company, and then download the selected template from the QuickBooks Online Excel import templates file. To import a template, you can review the template and then download from the QuickBooks Online Excel import template file. Okay. To import a template, open the following file to view a list of available templates. Okay, let's open that. List of chart of accounts templates for QuickBooks Online companies. Okay, cool, very cool. Might just save this. Bookmark this. Bookmark this tab. And it's like QuickBook Online chart of accounts types. Okay, done. Determine which template best suits your company. Open the following file and download the selected template from export, etc. No thanks. Let's open this up. Open, show in folder. I'm going to, whoopsie, I have lots of stuff in there probably. Okay, so I'll go ahead and save that for later. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oops. How did I get there? What did I click? Okay, as well as adding accounts, you can't do that. Oh, ProAdvisor tip right here. So let's watch this video over here. Keep getting pushed to the top.
In the early stages of onboarding a new client, you'll identify the type of business they are involved in, and this will guide your actions when you come to set up their chart of accounts. Depending on the size of the company, the chart of accounts can run from a few dozen accounts to more than 1,000. Differences between the chart of accounts setup for different business types are usually based on accounting principles that aid accurate and appropriate reporting for the business and any third parties like government agencies or regulatory authorities, and make bookkeeping easier. Correctly setting up a client chart of accounts in QuickBooks Online means paying attention to the needs of the business and the kind of work they do. Different businesses have different accounting workflows. They record transactions differently or use different transactions altogether. For instance, all real estate business activity should not be treated the same. The charts of accounts for real estate development, construction, retail, and say fix and flip property developers have different accounting and reporting needs. They also have different accounting workflows. They record transactions differently or use different transactions altogether. This needs to be reflected in the way their chart of accounts is set up and customized. The aim is to make sure that transactions and other data are posted to the appropriate accounts so that essential data is accurate and complete, providing insight into balances such as taxes and cash flow. Useful and detailed reports can be run to inform important decision making, such as which jobs are most profitable and which employees are best value.
Okay.
Service-based business will focus on the hours spent on individual projects. They need information on what their business expenses are and what each job costs them, and their chart of accounts will reflect this. Their chart of accounts will be less complex than many businesses, but as we will see, we can optimize it so it's doing a job that suits their needs. A retail business needs a chart of accounts that will emphasize tracking the cost of the goods it buys, the cost of goods sold, and inventory. A manufacturing business will need to report on the cost of goods sold, including the cost of the resources involved in manufacturing the goods it sells, and the labor costs. Many industry associations publish guidance on best practice for setting up charts of accounts for a particular business type. Even the naming of accounts may need to meet industry standards.
All right, very useful video. Okay, so let's move on. So next section of the lesson, examples. Let's look at two different business types and their chart of accounts and how the setup reflects the accounting profile of each business. Select the tabs in turn. Okay, so Chris Dreer, sole proprietor. Chris Greer is a sole proprietor with no employees and no corporate tax. His main focus when it comes to data and reporting is customer profitability. Like most businesses, Chris needs many of the default income and expense accounts automatically created by QuickBooks Online when a new company is added. These accounts tell Chris how much he is spending on different types of products and services in his business, but Chris may not need or want accounts that are not applicable to his business, or he may need to add new accounts that are specific to his industry or unique to his business. Because Chris will be dealing with job-related expenses in his business, he will need accounts set up separate these direct expenses from the expenses he incurs to simply run his business. Okay, I'm going to read that again because I didn't really follow. He will need accounts set up to separate, these accounts, these direct expenses from the expenses he incurs to simply run his business. Okay. For example, notice he has two material accounts on his chart of accounts. Job materials purchases which is used to categorize reimbursable expenses used on billable jobs, and materials and supplies overhead, which is used to categorize items purchased that are used in the regular course of business and not for any specific client. The way these accounts are set up on the chart of accounts affects the format of his profit and loss report and ensures transactions are recorded appropriately for his type of business. The reports he's most interested in are profits and loss by customer, uninvoiced charges, balance sheet, accounts receivable, aging report. Okay, so these are the reports, the financial reports that this person would be most interested in. Let's read that real quick again. P&L, uninvoiced charges, balance sheet, accounts receivable, aging report. Okay, and what is this? This is his chart of accounts. You can see the name, type, so checking for name, checking, savings, bank type, accounts receivable, so checkings, bank, savings, bank, accounts receivable, inventory, other current assets, okay, and detail type, inventory, accumulated depreciation, fixed assets. So I think this is just how it rolls up in the chart of accounts. Okay. Let's move on to the next section. Next tab, rather. Ravella Nest Egg Properties. For a real estate investment company like Ravella Nest Egg Properties, the chart of accounts will also reflect the type of workflows the business will use and their reporting needs and wants for this specific business profile. A key requirement for a customized chart of accounts is that when done right, it should accurately represent the nature of the business profile and list the necessary accounts involved in the company's day-to-day operations and workflows. For company owner Mylene Ravella, the layout reflects the mortgages she has, as well as an account to record rental income for the different properties. Although she uses one account for combined property income, Mylene has expense sub-accounts for each property so she can run reports that will reveal rental profit and loss when she breaks rental income down by each property. Okay. She has... let me read that again. The rent layout reflects the mortgages she has, as well as an account to record rental income for the different properties. Okay. She even has an account to record the escrow costs related to the cost of purchase, so she can keep track when she sells a property. And these are her accounts, chart of accounts, account name, type, detail, etc. All right. Hey, Peter Drive. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. Continue lesson. Customizing Chris Greer's chart of account. Okay. Customizing Chris Greer's chart of accounts based on the new client checklist we completed for Chris. We're going to make the following edits to the service industry business chart of accounts that QuickBooks Online generated by default. We'll do this by applying accounting best practices and adding appropriate numbering to his chart of accounts. Most accounting firms use standardized chart of accounts to help with data entry and mapping to other applications and for consistency across all clients. Often the same numbering and account hierarchies are used with all clients. However, some numbering or layouts are defined by the industry or business associations or even by government accounting standards. After fixing his numbering, we'll change an account name. Then we can look at some other edits that will help to keep Chris's chart of accounts manageable and efficient. Okay, let's see. Most account firms use standardized accounting firms to help with data entry and mapping to other applications for consistency. Okay. Continue lesson. Adding account numbers. Okay, Garcia Consulting follows accounting best practices. Garcia Consulting follows accounting best practices in using standardized systems of account numbering for their clients. Let's enable numbering for Chris's file and then add some numbers. Watch the video to see how it's done. The steps are below for you to follow. Changes in the UI may not be reflected in the video. To enable the account numbers, select the gear icon on the toolbar. Okay. Let's see. Under your company, select account settings. Account and settings. I don't see that. It's okay. Select advanced from the menu. In the chart of accounts section, select edit pencil icon. Select enable account numbers and show account numbers. Note, enabling the account numbers affects all users in the company. Enable account numbers and show account numbers. Note, enabling affects all users in the company. Showing account numbers only shows the only affects the users who logged in. Okay. Good to know. I feel like I should write that down. Select save and then done. Now we can check and assign the account numbers in the chart of accounts. QuickBooks Online may automatically assign account numbers when you first turn on the account numbers option. These default numbers can be changed as needed to align with each firm's numbering convention. Select the gear icon on the toolbar. Okay. You can check and assign the account numbers in the automatically assign number. Under your company, select chart of accounts. I don't see that, but maybe it's just not. Oh wait, it's over here. Guess this might be old. A new tab. Is there account and settings over here too? Nope. Okay. Select the pencil icon from the above the action column. Action column. Where's action? Oh, here. In the number column, in the number column, enter the account numbers. Account numbers can be up to 7 digits long. Where? In the number column. Where's the number column? I guess I didn't enable it. I'm guessing it wouldn't be there. Let's see. Where would it be? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is old or something, but anyway. For some reason it's not showing here, but that's okay. We'll watch the video and see how it's supposed to look like.
To enable account numbers, select the gear icon on the toolbar. Under your company, select account and settings.
Ah, over there.
Select advanced from the menu.
Let's see if we could do that.
In the chart of accounts section, select the edit pencil icon. Check enable account numbers and show account numbers. Note, enabling account numbers affects all users in your company. Showing account numbers only affects the user who is logged in. Select save and then done. Now we can check and assign the account numbers in the chart of accounts. QuickBooks may automatically assign account numbers when you first turn on the account number option. These default numbers can be changed as needed to align with each firm's numbering convention. Select the gear icon on the toolbar. Under your company, select Chart of Accounts. Select the pencil icon above the action column. In the number column, enter the account numbers. Account numbers can be up to 7 digits long. We can then go on and add appropriate numbering for all of Chris's accounts. Select Save, and we're done.
All right. Perfect. So let's take a look at that. Payroll settings, choose company settings, maybe it's that. Yeah, that's what it is. Company settings. Advanced numbers. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we know where it is. All right, so let's move on. Continue lesson. It's a lot of slides in this lesson. Editing account names. Sometimes it's a good idea to make things a little easier for clients by making account names more appropriate and easily identifiable. This helps them avoid errors and posting to the wrong accounts when recording transactions. In Chris's chart of accounts, we're going to make his petty cash account more identifiable by changing its name from the default cash on hand to account to petty cash. Watch the video to see how it's done. The steps are below for you to follow. To edit the name of the account, from the left navigation, select accounting. Here it will be, and choose chart of accounts. So open it up in a new tab. Let's see. Then find the cash on hand account in the list. Well, we wouldn't have that, but for instance, from the action column, drop down menu, select edit. That'll be here. So we would do edit or edit. In the account dialog, update the name to petty cash. Select save and close. All right. So now we'll watch the video on that.
To edit the name of the account, from the left navigation, select Accounting and choose Chart of Accounts. Then find the Cash on Hand account in the list. From the Action column drop-down menu, select Edit. In the Account dialog, update the name to Petty Cash. Select Save and Close.
Okay, that was simple enough. Let's move on to the next slide. Merging accounts and making accounts inactive. Now we're going to make some further edits to Chris's chart of accounts just to tidy things up. We'll be merging two existing accounts and making an account inactive. These tasks aren't always necessary when onboarding, but unnecessary accounts can confuse clients, so it's a good idea to keep things neat and tidy. Merging and deactivating accounts may be more appropriate or more necessary when onboarding clients who have already started using QuickBooks Online. It's very common for QuickBooks Online users who have not received ProAdvisor guidance to have added lots of additional accounts when recording previous transactions. Make the chart of accounts setup part of your best practices, and it could save you a lot of work tidying up your chart of accounts at year end. Okay. Merging accounts. Merging accounts. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, no. It's going to do it here. Merging accounts. Merging accounts is a good idea if two accounts are being used for the same thing. As mentioned, this is more common practice when a client has started using a file and has added accounts that they did not need for their recording and reporting purpose. However, a default chart of accounts setup can still be optimized by merging accounts. However, a default chart of accounts setup can be optimized by merging accounts. In Chris's case, the accounts haven't been used yet, so have no transactions linked to them. But if they did, the transactions for the merged accounts would also be merged to appear under one entry in any reports we run. Note that the merging process is not reversible. It is permanent and cannot be undone. Watch the video to see how it's done. The steps are below. Okay. I should be writing all these things down. So what have we covered so far? Huh. Nah, I think I'm okay. No, let's try to do it. Let's see what we've covered so far really quick. Let me just write this pulls over here so you guys can see. I'm just going to copy over what's over here. Customizing chart of accounts. 2, adding account numbers. 3, editing account names. 4, merging accounts and making accounts inactive. 5, merging accounts. 6, making accounts inactive. 7, account editing limitations. 8, ProAdvisor challenge. Well, I don't need to write that down. So let's move that aside now. Let's return. Okay, so where was I? Okay, select accounting in the left-hand navigation. Okay. And choose chart of accounts. We already did that. Locate the account to be merged in the list. In this case, we're looking for his bank fees account, which we're going to merge with his bank service charges account. In the bank service charge row, select the downward arrow under the action column and select edit. Okay. Right click and copy the name of the account bank service charge. What? Right click and copy the name of the... Okay, whatever. Let's assume we did that. Huh. Select the downward arrow under the action column and select edit in the editable... Okay. Under the action column. Where's the action column? But then we already did that. Let's look at that again. Right click and copy the name of the... Okay, let me follow this again. In the bank service charge row, select the downward arrow under the action column and select edit. Right click and copy the name of the account bank name charges. Oh, I see. So what we do here is what it's suggesting to do is do this, copy this, close that out, select the downward arrow under the action column and select edit in the editable account name text box. Change the name of the bank fees account to bank service charge. So now we would go here, click that, and we would change this to what the account was before. And I'm not selecting the accounts that are mentioned here. I'm just like, trying to follow along. Save and close. When prompted whether you want to merge the accounts, select yes. I don't want to do that. I just wanted to look at it. So I'm not going to do that for now. But now I'm going to play this video.
Select accounting in the left navigation, then choose chart of accounts. Locate the account to be merged in the list. In this case, we're looking for his bank fees account, which we're going to merge with his bank service charges account. He doesn't need both. In the bank service charges row, select the downward arrow under the action column and select edit. Right-click and copy the name of the account bank service charges. Select the downward arrow under the action column and select Edit. In the editable account name text box, change the name of the bank fees account to bank service charges. Select Save and Close. When prompted whether you want to merge the accounts, select Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's move on to the next slide. Making accounts inactive. When setting up a client's file, it's a good idea to make any default accounts inactive if they aren't going to be used. This keeps the chart of accounts tidy and efficient and prevents the client from posting transactions to the wrong or redundant account in error. One of Chris's accounts isn't appropriate for his needs, so let's make it inactive so it no longer appears in his chart of accounts and in other places where accounts can be selected, like accounts list on invoice screens. Watch the video to see how it's done. The steps are below for which you can follow. Select the accounting and then left navigation over here. Then choose chart of accounts. Find corporate tax in the chart of accounts list. Select the drop down in the action column, then make inactive. So we would do this. Make inactive. So it's in this column right here with the action heading. Find the account you want to make active again. Select make active. I wonder if there's any inactive accounts here. Select yes to confirm. If we need to make an account active again, the steps are: above the action column, select the small gear icon. Okay. Then select include inactive. So this over here, include inactive. Let's see what's in here. Nothing. But that's what it's referring to. Find the account you want to make inactive again. Select active. Select make active. Inactive accounts are removed from the chart of accounts and other places where you or your client can choose accounts. If the account contains transactions, they remain as part of the company data. You can find them through reports. The accounts are listed as inactive. Okay, let's watch the video.
Select accounting in the left navigation, then choose chart of accounts. Find corporate taxes in the chart of accounts list. Select the drop down in the action column, then choose make inactive. Select yes to confirm. If we need to make an account active again, the steps are: above the action column, select the small gear icon, then check include inactive. Find the account you want to make active again. Select make active. Inactive accounts are removed from the chart of accounts and other places where you or the client can choose accounts. If the account contains transactions, they remain as part of the company data. You can find them through reports. The accounts are listed as inactive.
Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Account editing limitations. It's worth noting that not all accounts can be edited in the ways we've looked at so far. Because QuickBooks Online requires some accounts to carry out essential functions, you cannot delete or merge the following accounts or even use them for any other purpose than those defined by QuickBooks Online. So, this probably is something that we should include. It's probably something that might be tested on. Account editing limitations, undeletable. Okay. Undeposited funds. You cannot delete this account because it's required to properly record payments before they are deposited. Opening balance equity. This account is the default account for adjustments. You can only edit the name of this account if necessary. Retained earnings. This account is the default account for reporting retained earnings on the balance sheet report. You can change the name of the retained earnings account if, for example, you are a nonprofit that prefers to use another name for retained earnings, but in other cases, the name should not be changed. Inventory, stock, assets, and cost of goods sold, cost of sales. Let's write that down. Inventory, stock, assets, and cost of goods sold, cost of sales. If you try to edit or delete these accounts, any edits to product services will recreate them. 5. Reconciliation discrepancies. This account is used to report when transactions in QuickBooks Online don't match the transactions reported on your bank statements. Okay, and this account is used to report when transactions in QuickBooks Online doesn't match the transactions reported on your bank statement, and this account cannot be deleted. And I guess as part of that, A, unapplied cash payment income, and B, this account is used to report cash basis income from customer payments that were received but not applied to a sales form. Okay. Sales tax agency name such as GST, VAT, payables. This account is created when you set up sales tax and reports the sales tax for every transaction. You cannot delete this account. There are also accounts that can be edited by changing the account name, but not deleted or merged. Okay. Oops. Well, services. Okay. Oopsie. Edited, but not deleted or merged. Okay, so 1, services. The service income account is the default income account in QuickBooks Online. It operates the same as any other income account, but neither it nor the corresponding product service item can be deleted, but you can edit the names of both to reflect a main income type. 2, uncategorized expense and uncategorized income. These accounts are created automatically when entering an opening balance for a vendor or customer and recording any expense or income transactions that can't be matched to an account. Okay, let's read that again. Are created automatically when entering an opening balance for a vendor or customer and recording any expense or income transactions that cannot be matched to an account. Okay. You cannot delete these accounts. Uncategorized asset. This account records any asset that cannot be matched to an account and cannot be deleted. Okay. Owner's equity. This account represents the cash or assets invested in the company and cannot be deleted. Continue lesson. Lesson check. Which of the following are true regarding editing a chart of accounts? You can't make an account active once... Let's see. That's not true. All transactions are deleted from an account. So the first one was read. You can't make an account active once it has been made inactive. That's not true. We know that. All transactions are deleted from an account if you make it inactive. I don't think that's true. I don't think you can make an account inactive if it has transactions, but maybe it is true. Merging accounts isn't possible for all account types. That's true. Chart of account numbering can't be undone. That's not true. Transactions posted to accounts which are merged are also merged. Yes. There we go. That's correct. Not all accounts can be merged because some are essential to QuickBooks functionality. For accounts that are merged, the transactions are also merged under a single entry in any related reports. ProAdvisor challenge. Now let's see if you can make an edit to a client's chart of accounts to check what you've learned this lesson. Oh. The challenge. Visit the link below and go to Craig's chart of accounts. Merge the... Okay, let's go there. Merge the sub-account bookkeeping into the accounting sub-account. Bookkeeping into the accounting sub-account, so only the accounting sub-account remains. Note that they are sub-accounts of legal and professional fees. Okay. So what we want to do is merge the sub-accounts. So let's go to My Accountant. No, Accounting. See your chart of accounts. Now we want to merge sub-account bookkeeping into the accounting sub-account. So let's find bookkeeping here. No, we don't need to do that. Filter by name, book, key versus accounting. So the feeling here is that it's redundant. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, like if you have a bookkeeper and an accountant, it can make sense. But if they're one and the same, I guess depends on how much detail you're looking for. But anyway, edit accounting, save and close. Then please confirm this name is already being used. Would you like to merge the two? Yes. All right, so that's done. How did you do? You should see no entries for bookkeeping, just entries for accounting fees. Okay. So how do we get to here? Oh, I guess we should look at legal and run a report for legal. Customize reports. Choose the info you want to include. Personalize your report. Collapse, expand items. Okay. Take action when you're ready to share your. Click these icons. See. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Quick report. Let's see what we have here. Craig's Design and Landscaping Services. Okay. Counting, yeah. So no more bookkeeping. So we're good. ProAdvisor tip. And this is what you should have done. Let's see if I did it right. Select accounting in the left navigation, then choose chart of accounts, find bookkeeping in the list, and select downward arrow. Yeah, we did that. Change the name of accounting, select save and close when prompted. Check the merge has been successful by selecting view report to run a quick report. Okay. And how do we go back? Oops. Let's go back. Reports. Accounting. It's all lists. Oops, chart of accounts. Okay, continue lesson. Summing up, so it looks like we're done with this lesson now. Learning outcomes, well done. In this lesson, you've learned how to recognize why and how to change the chart of accounts. Customize how to turn on account numbers and settings and assign them in the chart of accounts. Next steps in the next lesson, we'll look at the products. On the next lesson, we'll look at the products and service list in more details. Okay. And let's see how much time has passed. 50 minutes. Let's see how far. Let's click next lesson and pull back. Client onboarding. So that was supposed to be 5 minutes. That took a lot longer than 5 minutes. That took 10 times as long as, not 10 times. Yeah, 10 times as long as 5 minutes. Sometimes these, I don't know where they get these estimated times. It seems like they're way off. Maybe I'm just slow. I mean, if I just keep on clicking right, I definitely could get through it in like 30 seconds. But then we're doing ourselves a disservice if we're actually trying to learn the material. So since this took a little bit longer, I'm going to call it a wrap for now. I'm going to take a break and I'll come back later to continue. So guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like, that bell, and that notification button. It helps out with the channel. So you guys stay working hard, work smart, and have a good one, guys. Let's see.